Zero.
Woo! There it is! Woo! There it is!
All right, there it is. Firecrackers! Wakanda!
Forever!
Wakanda!
Forever!
Wakanda!
Forever!
I never free.
Let it rain. Let it out. Let it rain. Let it out. Let it rain. Let it out. Let it rain.
Good evening. My name is Tony Trevino, and I have the pleasure of serving as chair of the Board of Directors for the Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio. To say 2020 and the start of 2021 has been a challenge for all of us would be an understatement. Unfortunately, the challenge for the past year seemed to have its greatest impact on the most vulnerable in our community, including over 7,000 children the Boys and Girls Clubs of San Antonio serve. I applaud the leadership and staff of the Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio for their dedication and tireless efforts to help our club kids and their families through this first the pandemic and recently the severe weather. To say we can't or to quit was never a consideration for the staff despite their own personal challenges with the pandemic and weather. These staff members truly live, eat, and breathe the idea that it's all about the kids. Tonight we are here to celebrate our club kids. Tonight you will hear inspiring stories from 6 amazing teens and how the Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio has changed their lives. These 6 club kids represent their peers and will share with you a taste of the impact that our clubs have on these precious children. I am proud to say that when the pandemic struck and our community, schools, and businesses were forced to close, including Boys and Girls Clubs, our staff made a call to action to help provide food and necessities to our club families and made efforts to contact our club kids to check on their well-being. The Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio was the first youth serve organization in San Antonio to open its doors on June 1st under CDC protocols to youth summer programming. And when the area school districts announced that the first 3 weeks of the school year would be virtual for all and ultimately be only open for in-person for a limited few, the Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio once again jumped into action. We opened our doors at 7 a.m. to provide an opportunity for club kids to come to a safe place to undertake their virtual learning with trained staff assisting in their efforts. But like any business, these efforts to help these kids and their families that need us most in our community comes at a cost to provide an environment and programming for our club kids to thrive and grow into dedicated and contributing members of our society. I ask for your help. Help us keep our doors open and programming going by donating tonight. You will hear tonight how your dollars have a direct impact on children. Please help us help the club kids. Now, it's my pleasure to turn tonight's program over to everyone's favorite news person, KSAT anchor, Ursula Perry.
Thank you for your support. Your contribution means so much to our programs.
Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you. You rock. You rock.
Thank you, Tony, and good evening, everyone. My name is Ursula Perry, and I'm going to be your mistress of ceremonies for tonight's UNgala. We want to welcome you to the Boys and Girls Club UNgala. It is such an honor. I'm very proud to have emceed this for 4 years running, every year that we've had the Youth of the Year Gala. It's always been an honor, and I always learn so much. So thank you for joining us, and let's look back a little bit this past year. It was almost exactly a year ago that we were at a beautiful Tobin Center event with 500 people having dinner, enjoying the Youth of the Year Gala. Just a few days later, though, we were all locked down. That was when gatherings ended because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The clubs have been so important to our community during this emergency in the past year, more important than ever. You'd think the opposite, but that is not true. They've been helping to feed struggling families, keeping the most vulnerable in our community safe. They've been providing support. They've been doing virtual school programming, as well as allowing families to keep on working because they're still providing services to the children here. Most of all, they've been keeping all the kids laughing and having fun, which has been hard to find over the past year. The Boys and Girls Clubs have been able to offer time with friends and mentors. They've been able to learn sporting skills over the last year, expressing themselves through art, connecting through club programs, and preparing for college and careers through the workforce development events that are offered here by the Alamo Trades Club. And of course, the most important thing and the hardest thing to find during a pandemic is having some fun and playing on the playground and simply having the opportunity to just be a kid for once. We wish it had been an easier year, but it was an important one. And I wish that we were all back at the Tobin Center for the Performing Arts having a beautiful dinner with 500 of our closest friends. And maybe we will be able to do that in the future, but we are still going to celebrate the lives of the 6 incredible Youth of the Year finalists tonight. Like so many events in the past year, for everybody's safety, we're going to have holding the Youth of the Year Gala as an UNgala, which is why you're seeing this here tonight. Everything virtual this year. We also want to really thank tonight's platinum sponsors, the Mays Family Foundation and the Valero Energy Foundation, and all of the other sponsors who've come together to make this work in this most unusual year. Your commitment to the community just continues to improve the lives of children here at the Boys and Girls Clubs. And without your investment in their mission, there just wouldn't be a Boys and Girls Club in San Antonio. This certainly would have not been possible. Now, while tonight's purpose is, of course, to celebrate the accomplishments of our 6 Youth of the Year finalists, tonight is also an important fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Clubs. The clubs are intentionally located in underserved community areas of the neighborhood. The cost of club membership is very minimal so that everyone, no matter what their family's income level may be, they can participate. So we need your support in order to continue offering all of these programs like Youth of the Year to all the young people in San Antonio. And if you haven't done so already, we invite you right now to go ahead and sign on to our auction site. It is at handbid.com. You can also download the handbid.com app from the App Store. You can also text in a donation by texting the letters BGCSA to the number 26989. That's 26989. There's some really great auction items out there. They're available, and to everybody who bids, every dollar raised from that auction is going to go directly tonight to support the Boys and Girls Club's programs. In the meantime, though, we are going to move on to a big announcement tonight. Our first big surprise of the evening. We're going to have a wonderful lady join us on behalf of Kim Rapier. We have a very special guest tonight and a very special surprise. We have our friend Yolanda Valenzuela representing Kim Rapier Verrett and her foundation that is always so supportive of the Boys and Girls Clubs.
Oh yes, we're super excited for what's happening tonight, and we're more excited for this surprise. So the surprise is that Kim Rapier-Verrett has a challenge for you all. Kim Rapier is going to give $50,000 to the amazing Boys and Girls Club, who she loves, and she loves their mission and everything they do, with a challenge from you all out there watching tonight. With your donations of $50,000, we're going to match that with $50,000, ultimately resulting in $100,000 for the kids from Boys and Girls Club.
Now, you don't have to give $50,000.
Oh.
You give $5 or $10, $50, whatever you can spare. The location where you can make that donation, right there on your screen. We really do want to take home all that money. We need $100,000. So just know, every opportunity you have, call your friends, tell them about it. Make sure you spread the word, because if everyone just donates a little bit, we will get to $50,000 tonight, and that takes us to $100,000.
And you know what impacts this agency makes. So it's a no-brainer,
Yeah.
you know.
It is. Thank you so much, Yolanda.
You're welcome.
And from the bottom of our hearts here at the Boys and Girls Club, please pass on our best wishes to Kim Rapier-Verrett.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you.
Have you ever been to a Boys and Girls Club in San Antonio? All right. In case you haven't, we have some special friends who have gone to a lot of trouble to make sure you can. We're going to take you on a tour of the West Side Club on Southwest 19th Street in San Antonio. Let's check it out.
Hi, I'm John,
And I'm Nayeli.
and we're going to take you on a tour of the Calderon Boys and Girls Clubs here on the West Side.
Come on, let's go.
Here we have our front desk where the members check in and they get their temperatures checked upon arrival. Here we have our Planet Fitness Workout Center where we try to stay healthy. Here we have our Learning Center where we do science experiments and other learning activities. Here we have our Olympic-sized swimming pool that has been completely redone so we can use it for this summer.
I can't wait to take swimming lessons again. And here is our Youth of the Month and pictures and our awards.
Here we have our blacktop and our playground where we like to release energy after virtual school.
Oh, John, are you ready?
Sure!
I know something. You're gonna lose. Yes! What is this song?
Here we have our playground where we like to release energy at the end of the day. Here we have our garden and our lime trees. Behind us, our garden would normally be filled with healthy fruits and vegetables in the summer.
But right now they're still growing.
Here we have our gym where we like to release energy at the end of the day. Here we have our game room where all the fun happens. Here's the art room where we like to create and paint and really express ourselves. Welcome to our newly constructed Teen Center, where our main focus is career and college readiness. I'm going to turn it over to our teen coordinator here at the Teen Center to explain more about the programming.
Hey, I'm Joey. I'm the teen coordinator here at Teen Center. So at Teen Center, we do a lot of stuff that focuses on college and career prep and making sure that kids graduate on time and with a plan for the future. So a lot of that does with our programming. So we have Positive Action, we have Career Launch, and we have like Smart Girls and Passport. So a lot of those work on, Positive Action works on emotional stability, it works on emotional readiness and everything like that, so that our teens know how to navigate what is life.
Thank you for stopping by to visit us at the Calderon Boys and Girls Club.
The best clubhouse.
Calderon is the best!
Without the support of your contribution, I wouldn't be where I am now.
I mentioned earlier that the Boys and Girls Clubs had to close this past spring, and yes, everything changed in our lives. But one thing that changed was really remarkable. A long-term partnership between the Boys and Girls Clubs of San Antonio and the San Antonio Food Bank became more important than ever. It became a lifeline. In previous years, the San Antonio Food Bank provided a healthy meal or healthy meals, plural, to thousands of club members every day. But this year, that partnership grew. The partnership became a lifeline, in fact, for the club kids and their families as well. The food bank providing pallets of food to each of the clubhouses every week, and then the club staff would distribute it to member families, and then the entire community was able to benefit. During that time, over 6,000 families were able to eat with this emergency food. It was done, again, through distribution at the club and deliveries from the food bank itself. The clubs were also able to provide fresh groceries and even meals from local restaurants. Even now, club kids not only eat lunch each day that is provided by the food bank, they also get a second meal that they can take home. And this is really important, taking that meal home for dinner. For some club kids, this is how they stay nourished. This is how their families stay nourished. While everybody is struggling to make ends meet during the coronavirus pandemic, for many, the San Antonio Food Bank was the only place to go. It's been an essential part of the club's existence for many years, and the reason is really simple. We know that hungry kids cannot learn. And the whole idea is to keep kids mentally and emotionally and physically healthy. That's what the Boys and Girls Clubs are here for. So keeping them fed is job one. Over the past year, that partnership has kept many San Antonio families from going hungry in the midst of all of this pandemic, and then we also had the winter freeze. There's been a lot going on that we've all had to stomach. So that is why we would like for you to join us in honoring the San Antonio Food Bank as the 2021 Boys and Girls Clubs of San Antonio Champion of Youth. And to do that, please welcome now Eric Cooper, the CEO of the San Antonio Food Bank.
Hey, thanks, Ursula. My name's Eric Cooper. I'm the president and CEO of your San Antonio Food Bank, and the San Antonio Food Bank serves a very large section of Southwest Texas. We have lots of partners. We get food literally from the field to the dinner table. Every link of the food chain, we're trying to get food from those that have it to those that need it. And when I think of our partnership with the Boys and Girls Club, they're helping us get food to those that need it. You know, I've been here in San Antonio now 20 years, and my first week on the job was visiting a Boys and Girls Club where we were opening one of our kids' cafes. A kids' cafe is a partnership to get a hot, nutritious meal to a youth or child to make sure that in their after-school work, they're getting dinner and continuing to strengthen their education and performance. Food is medicine. It's what our bodies need to nourish and strengthen and make us healthy. When I think of our partnership with the San Antonio Food Bank and the Boys and Girls Club, that ultimately is what it's all about. It's about nourishing kids. It's about making our city stronger, a healthier place to grow. You know, millions of dollars worth of food have been transported from the San Antonio Food Bank now in the pandemic to those in need, and specifically to the Boys and Girls Club. Together we've worked in pop-up distributions held in parking lots to make sure those families are met where they're at, that we can get these healthy, nutritious foods to families that then take it home, prepare it, and are able to convene their kids around the dinner table. The power of the kitchen table is being strengthened in this partnership that nourishes both body and spirit and soul of today's youth. I want to congratulate the Boys and Girls Club for their tradition of really raising a stronger generation. It's our privilege to partner. Although we might be receiving some honor tonight, I'd turn that back to the Boys and Girls Club and say, we'll always be with you in your mission to strengthen our youth. For they're our future leaders. They are who will make tomorrow bright, and that is hope. It's our mission here at the San Antonio Food Bank to fight hunger and feed hope. And that's made very real in this partnership with the Boys and Girls Club. Good luck. I would challenge all of you to open your wallets and your hearts to support the Boys and Girls Club and their annual campaign so that they can do their mission in making sure youth are successful. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Eric, and thank you, San Antonio Food Bank, for all that you've done through this crazy year. You've been a champion for our community, and we appreciate it. It's now time to highlight why we're all here today, the real stars of this event. We have 6 finalists for Youth of the Year, and it's a fabulous program. Youth of the Year is a competition in which character development, leadership, communication skills, all of these things are gathered around 6 young people that have been working hard all throughout the year developing these skills. So the competition is a year preparation, again, using all of that character development, leadership, and so forth. And then that happens in the clubhouse, and then they apply to be the Youth of the Year. The application details the youth's goals, their community service, their educational accomplishments, as well as a series of essays that they write, including one on what they have overcome in their lives and how it has taken them to where they are now. It's a lot of hard work, a year's worth of work that we're going to see tonight. And I know you can appreciate how much courage it takes to get up in front of an audience and deliver these very personal messages of struggle and hope. They are vulnerable, they are authentic, and we take our hats off to them because they share some pretty incredible stories tonight. Tonight's winner is going to advance to the Youth of the Year state competition. And if they win that one, they go on to nationals. And that is huge. It has happened before with San Antonio finalists. So we're hoping it happens again this year. The speeches that you're about to hear are speeches that the finalists presented to a panel of judges last week, along with several essays. And they also did an interview with the panelists. And that evening, the judges deliberated. They asked some questions. They chose a winner. And as I speak, I do not know who won. Very few people do, in fact. The judges are the only ones who know who the winner is. But in a few minutes, all of us will know who won. As each finalist gets ready to take the virtual stage to present their speech, we have a brief introduction video that's going to play, and that is with our first finalist, Margarita.
I'm at the club because it's my second home. I'm able to go there, talk to the staff, joke with the staff. They're all my second family.
Margarita is a scholar. She is always on her work, always A's and B's, always quiet, and she's always willing to help other students with their work.
What's great about the Eastside Boys and Girls Club is that I'm given more opportunities. I was encouraged to do programs like photography and art contests. They've helped me improve my social skills instead of being an extreme introvert. At home, schooling has become harder. Me and my sister have become more stressed, but with our parents there to help us go forward, it's It's made us have a little peace through this time.
What I didn't expect for Margarita to become or to what she is now is to be so outspoken. Because my daughter was a shy little girl. Now it's like she just wants to do everything. She wants to volunteer here, she wants to volunteer there. They have something to do, anything for art to do at Boys and Girls, she's the first person they ask.
Pero pues sí, en realidad es de que sí, tengan una mejor educación, nada más. Algo más mejor que nosotros en la vida. No, son muchas cosas que quisiera, pero no encuentro las palabras para agradecerle, expresar todo lo que desearía uno para ellos.
My hopes and dream for the future is I can help kids who are scared, who have been bullied, who are shy, who are not brave enough to be who they are.
I believe Margarita will make a great Youth of the Year because she embodies what the Boys and Girls Club is. She came in really quiet, timid, and shy, and later blossomed into a beautiful flower that she is.
I first came to the East Side Boys and Girls Club about 6 years ago, at the age of 11. Obviously at the time, it felt like my mom dumped me and my little sister there so we had something to do after school instead of watching TV. But 6 years later, I can honestly say the club has changed me in so many ways. The East Side Club has become my safe place. I love to call somewhat of a sanctuary, my second home. The club has become the place where I found my passion for the arts, where I made many wonderful friends and realized what I was capable of. It's because of the club I've become more open to the world around me. At the club, the smiles and hellos given to me gave me light. In many ways, the people at Eastside saved me because back then I was scared and paranoid. My head was down and my lips were zipped. It was a dark time for me because I was getting bullied, so my self-esteem was at its lowest. In middle school, there was a boy who would tease me for being the quiet, chubby girl, a teacher's pet. The more he teased me, the quieter I got. I became more paranoid, not knowing who to trust. The boy became the voice in my head, telling me I wasn't good enough. As a real quiet kid, I found the only way to express myself was through drawing. Every day at Eastside, I was constantly drawing. They weren't my best, I admit, but they caught the eye of one of the staff members, Miss Christine. I don't know what she saw in them, but I like to believe she saw some sort of potential that she wanted to nurture. So she'll pull me aside and give me art projects and prompts I would gladly do. And to my surprise, each one was more challenging than the next. The paintings I had done were my favorites. Once Miss Christine had given me a large canvas and encouraged me to do a painting. I worked on it every night until 2 in the morning. I was very committed, and in finishing it, it felt like a big accomplishment. Miss Christine has long since left the Boys and Girls Club, but if I were ever able to see her again, I would thank her because I don't believe she realized the impact her words had on me. In fact, my club experience is really about how the staff saw the potential in me. Those voices of encouragement that drowned out that voice of the bully until finally I was able to see the potential in myself. I hope I can become that voice of encouragement to the younger kids at the club, just as the staff have been for me. And as hard as it is to admit, I'm so glad for the day my mom decided to dump me there, because without the club, I wouldn't have discovered the person I am today.
What I like about the Boys and Girls Club is that there's a lot of staff, a lot of members who always try to bring out the best in you.
I think the Youth of the Year program has impacted Joseph to be more poised. He is confident in his demeanor and he is helpful without hesitation. He knows that he can use his voice and that people will listen. And I think that's something that when he first came to the club, he didn't know how much he could impact others.
Mine was a good role model because she always pushed me. She always pushed me to do the things that I did not want to do. But then in the end, I ended up wanting to do it again and again and again. There's help everywhere. You can be in the gym, you can be in the game room, you can be in the learning center. There's always gonna be someone to help you, even if they're not your staff.
About Joseph, and I think it's actually a family thing because his brother Joel exhibits the same traits that I love, and it's just this eagerness to learn. So many of us just want to be able to teach somebody something, and what you get in Joseph, he's just a sponge. He soaks up anything that he can from those that are around him. He listens with the intent to understand, and that is just something that's so exciting to see in youth today.
I would recommend TD Industries to all my friends because it brings out a different version of you, because you're able to fix a leakage in your house because you learned that in TD Industries. You're learning a lot of new things. Having my brother at the teen center with me this year has made a very close bond with me and my brother, and I don't have to worry about him being my brother, but now he's my friend. He's a friend that I've always wanted, a friend that's always there for me. The club isn't just a safe place for me to go. It is my home, my place to go to when I am successful, and a place to go to during challenging times. The club has helped me throughout the past 5 years, coming here when my parents were at work, when I didn't want to be at home, and now it has become an even more important part of my life. It's where I go to school. And in my last speech, I mentioned how I was able to bring out my voice because of the great leaders here at the club. And now this year, I am that leader. I'm the person that other kids come to for advice. Even staff come to me for assistance. Being a leader isn't just about helping others inside of the club. Before the pandemic, I used to volunteer at the Ronald McDonald House, the MLK March, the Rock and Roll Marathon, and my favorite, Habitat for Humanity, where we helped build a house for a close friend here at the club. These experiences, made possible by the Boys and Girls Club, made me realize the importance of helping others. Even with the safety limits, I am involved in the club by doing small tasks. A year ago, I came to this podium to bring in awareness on the importance of access to healthcare for all people. Today, I come with that same dream, but with only one difference. That difference is a scar on my knee. I injured my knee in 2019 when I took a hard fall and felt a pop that I never want to experience again. I spent a year and a half with a very unstable and painful knee, no longer able to play the sports that I loved. I visited plenty of doctors, and each visit took time and money from my hardworking parents. But each appointment was the same as the last, leaving me with no answers because my insurance would not cover an MRI scan. Finally, in 2020, with the support of a doctor who saw past my lack of coverage, I was able to receive the MRI and got the surgery that gave me back my knee with only a small scar. While the injury and the delay in care had negative effects, it also opened up several opportunities for me. Without sports, I spent more time focused on opportunities here at the club. One of those was my summer internship thanks to the club's new workforce partnership with TD Industries. During my internship, I was able to do plumbing, welding, and other hands-on jobs. I learned the new things every day at different construction sites. From helping bring in a hammer to someone to operating a forklift, I learned the true value of being part of a team to bring about progress. I continue to look for ways to give back to my community. My experience has shown me that without needed healthcare, it is difficult to pursue your own dreams. I think about how many others have been sidelined or even passed over with an injury or illness that they cannot afford to get treated. Just like club staff, that doctor, and TDI partners who took their own time to help me, I want to use this Youth of the Year platform to help others who have been in my shoes, or who don't yet have a scar to show that someone helped them. I cannot do this alone, but together, we can make great change. My name is Joseph Mayorga, and I am proud to be a member of the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you.
I think the club has positively impacted my life by opening me up to new experiences. I was a very shy person in the beginning when I started the club, and I didn't like to talk to anyone. I always stayed in my own little circle, but the club has really helped me open up.
I think that Lauren is special because she's a young lady who is selfless. She cares about others, and she just has a really kind heart, and that's something that you don't really see in somebody who's encountered all the obstacles that she's been through.
Ms. Venus has been by my side when I was always scared to do something, and she always gave me advice. She told me that I could do anything, and she made me feel more confident.
Lauren is a caring person, and she's funny and fun to be around. She can make many people laugh by the stuff she does and her facial expressions. Lauren is a role model to me, and I want to be like her when I grow up.
I like having my siblings go to the club because I know that at home I have a responsibility to take care of them, but being at the club, I know that they're safe and they're happy. My hopes and dreams for the future is to become a police officer. I really want to be a great help in the community, and not only that, I really want to be able to give back to my mom for everything she's done for me and my siblings over all the years.
I think that Lauren will be a great Youth of the Year because of her resiliency, and I think that she is going to go out and change the world.
Picture this: 4 people, 1 room, 2 beds, and only rice and beans to eat for 2 out of our 3 daily meals. Yeah, doesn't sound too enticing, right? Well, that was my reality. I was homeless for 2 years, just 7 months ago. The Mays Family Clubhouse took notice of my family and provided for us countless times. You see, I didn't live the traditional life. A mom, dad, siblings, and the safety and security of always knowing we'd have a roof over our head. Instead, it was just me, my mom, and my 2 siblings. And 3 years ago, my family lost our home. But most importantly, the feeling of safety and security. My mom did everything she could, but in the end, the 4 of us had no option than to move into 1 bedroom at my grandma's house. The club not only provided for some of our daily needs, but has also been a safe place for me to grow into the young woman I am today. I am naturally very shy and was always scared to ask questions in fear of not knowing what the response would be. Through the club, I have built supportive relationships and participated in programs that have given me the opportunity to grow out of my shell and be able to socialize with people outside my circle. One of the programs I participated in was Smart Girls. It gave me the opportunity to be a part of a group and discuss the challenges of being a teenage female. I learned the importance of positive self-esteem and how to recognize healthy, supportive relationships. Our team coordinator, Ms. Venus, has become one of my biggest advocates and always pushes me to do the best I can. I have also created some of my strongest friendships at the club, and they have given me emotional support when I needed it. Keystone taught me what it takes to be a leader and the importance of giving back to others. The volunteer events we took part in gave me the space to practice my leadership skills. Each time we went out into the community, I knew I had my club friends and staff to support and encourage me. They made me feel empowered and able to do anything I put my mind to. Last year, we received word that Habitat for Humanity chose us to receive our own home. My family and I were so excited to finally have a place that no one would be able to take from us. When we told our club, they were just as excited, and all they wanted to do was help. So one weekend in February, my club volunteered their time, and together we built our new home. The club helped me see how powerful it is to give to people in need. Through my experiences of being homeless, I have learned that there are people in need of basic things we often take for granted. It is my hope that each club around the world keeps donations on hand, such as blankets, clothes, and shoes, so that anyone who may be experiencing homelessness can come to a place where they will not be judged and get the items they need. My club made me believe that when you give to people in need, something greater will come in return.
What I've learned about myself this year is that I enjoyed painting, I enjoyed drawing, I've learned how to do my own nails, I've learned that there's different things out there to try. My hopes and dreams for the future are to become a marine biologist and go to Texas A&M San Antonio.
She stands up for the less fortunate. She stands up for peers that are picked on. She has a goal, and with her goal, she has a voice that goes with it. And what we've seen is she's just starting to break out of her shell, speak more up for those things that she believes in. I believe that Araceli is just brilliant. I believe she would be the best Youth of the Year.
Miss Brendolyn is a good role model for me because she's always been there. She's taught me everything I need to know about working with kids. She's helped me through my tough times. She's just been a great role model and teacher. I think my participation in the club's programs has made me more confident because I've had all the club staff by my side. Yes, I would like to work with kids someday. When I turn 18, I would like to work at the Boys and Girls Club.
Since Araceli's been coming to the Boys and Girls Club, she's changed tremendously. I know that she can do anything that she puts her mind to do. Anything that she does in her life, I know that I will be proud of her for it. When I first started at the Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio, I was in 5th grade. In that 7 years, I have grown to be the smart, goofy, and amazing young woman I am right now. But I wasn't always this way. The first day I started at the club, I dreaded it. I was shy and felt left out. All the kids had their own groups and were doing their own thing. When I finally got used to the club, I felt like I had found my second family. I enjoyed the activities, which taught me responsibility and how to communicate with others. Before the club, I was really shy and my life was kind of on repeat. I would do the same things every day, but the club helped me change that. I met new people and they helped me press play on my life. Staff like Mr. Ricky, Miss B, Miss Liz, and Miss B, I have a lot to thank them for. They taught me to believe in myself through programs like Smart Girls and sports leagues like volleyball. Miss B taught me how to work with kids, which is one of my biggest passions. The lessons that the staff taught me inspired me to be a junior staff, which is one of my biggest passions. For example, I had this member named John Paul, and when I first met him, he was wild. He would run away from the staff and even had me chasing him up the stairs. However, I saw something in him that no staff saw. He was a good kid. All he needed was some redirecting and guidance. Seeing how John Paul was viewed as a bad kid by some made me realize what really matters. We all breathe and bleed the same, but many find ways to bring one another down. An LGBTQ member is a great example of someone who gets mistreated and disrespected for who they are. I'm a big supporter of the LGBTQ community and feel it is not fair to be picked on or left out for being different. Being exactly who you are should be celebrated. I was different when I first started at the club. My anxiety was a really big obstacle that I had to overcome. It held me back and stopped me from being who I am. It stopped me from making friends and it stopped me from voicing my opinions. When I finally broke free of it, I felt like I could fly. The key to me breaking free was the Boys and Girls Club. The club has made me who I am today, and who I am today is who I want to be forever. They have made me the girl who loves kids, who wants to speak up about equality, the girl who wants to work at the club when she's 18, and the girl who believes she can fly.
And growing up, we never really could afford like the newest things like shoes or clothes or school supplies, but somehow we made it manage.
He's a teen that really makes me crack up the most here, but I've also seen like deep personal change in him. I've seen him gain confidence in himself and becoming who he wants to be. You get to see like small glimpses of what they're gonna do in the world, like how they're gonna impact the world just by seeing them grow up in the club.
Hey, the Boys and Girls Club has improved my life by, giving me a safe space. My relationship with Ms. Jessica, it's like she's like a mentor to me, Whenever I first started coming to the teen center, I was very nervous. I would always sort of be in my corner, but she would talk to me and like play games with me. We would play Monopoly or cards, and it wouldn't just be like me and her. She would try to put other people, so I guess I can start talking to new people. And she has definitely like helped me. My sister's my role model because she's always been there for me and supported me. And even when my mom, couldn't work, she has been there. She has paid our bills for years sometimes. And she has really set an amazing example for me and my little sister. And she has definitely like helped me with school and motivated me to do this.
I think Juan would be a great Youth of the Year because to me, he's a hidden treasure. He sincerely cares about being a voice for people who may or may not be going through the same things he's going through.
Is it possible to call two places home at once? What if you're forced to go? Could it turn out to be a home away from home? That's what my club was to me, a home. A place with new friends that felt like an extended family. I began coming to the club when I was 6 years old with my two older siblings. My single mother registered us because, like any other single parent, any help goes a long way. The best parts about going to my club were the activities we did in the art room, the pool where I first learned how to swim, and last but not least, the staff. From day one, I remember feeling welcomed by each and every staff member who were interested in my day and what I liked. However, everything outside club doors hasn't been so easy for me. In fact, what I'm about to share with everyone is kind of scary. At one point in time, the club was my only home. Me and my family found ourselves staying at a shelter and we didn't know for how long. But this unfortunate obstacle had its teaching moments. I found myself feeling motivated rather than defeated. We came out of this situation together as a family. This past year, I also came out to my family, and my sisters were very proud of me and supportive, but my mom was not. I would like my mom to accept me for who I am, but our relationship isn't all there yet. During both these huge life events, the club was always there. I never worried about anyone judging me or making me feel insecure about me being who I am. At the club, I realized that I was never without a home. Now I get to think about my future, and the Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio has made me think about what can I do for others. I've decided I would like to be a counselor because I want to be a voice of change, an advocate for body positivity. I have already taken this first step in this career path by sharing my story here today. As a young minority male who is part of the LGBTQ+ community, this topic and my past experiences have presented me with an opportunity to help others. And thanks to Boys and Girls Club, this is all possible.
I've struggled academically. Being diagnosed with ADD, I found that it takes quite a bit of time for me to understand the information. I felt pressured to work harder and do better, being within my friend group where other students were able to understand things much more easier than me. In the future, I plan to attend Texas A&M University at College Station to become an aerospace engineer. And I also plan on rejoining the Young Achievers program at the Boys and Girls Club in San Antonio to become a mentor and to help youth prepare for the future.
My first impression of Lizzie was that she just had an infectious energy and incredibly warm smile. And I think for that reason, she really stood out among her peers.
I firmly believe Mr. Rocket's a great leader and a mentor because of how devoted he is to seeing every student participant succeed. Of course, he's helped me academically with SAT practice and essay assistance, but he's also taught me life lessons. I don't need to be flawless. Not everything needs to be perfect. And for me, I've always been harshly critical of myself. It's not just Mr. Rocket that wants you to succeed, it's also the students. Everyone's rooting for each other. My mom is my role model because she's strong and determined. She's shown me how much she cares and how much she wants me to have a better life than herself. My mom's always believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself.
My hopes and dreams for Lizzie are, I hope that she's happy, healthy, and that she finds success in life. I dream that she can change the world in a positive way while fulfilling her own dreams and goals.
Lizzie would be a great Youth of the Year because in addition to being ambitious and well-spoken, she's fearless.
Oh man. Do you remember your first college visit? I do. I remember how stoked I was on the way to visit Texas A&M University. Texas A&M has always been my dream school since my dad introduced it to me in 3rd grade. When I told my family about the trip, they were thrilled. We spent the day chatting away about Kyle Field and everything Texas A&M. I barely slept the night before because of how excited I was. But that excitement could not compare to how I felt walking the campus. It was exhilarating. Seeing the immensity of Kyle Field for the first time was unbelievable. I also met members of the Corps Cadets and Reveille who looked amazing. I even attended a lecture given by female astronaut Dr. Bonnie Dunbar. My first college visit was an unforgettable one. and it happened because of my involvement in Young Achievers. When I first joined Young Achievers, I was a shy and insecure 8th grader, and at the time, I did not know how much the program would change my life. I remember meeting Mr. Rocket for the first time. His attitude and energy oozed confidence, and being the shy person I was, I wished to have even a tiny piece of that for myself. My wish came true in a way when I was selected as one of the 3 finalists for the Young Achiever of the Year. Receiving recognition felt amazing, but it came with a price. Finalists were required to interview, which left me with intense feelings of dread. I gained enough confidence and courage to do the interview, and ended up leaving with pride and success. But Lizzie, where did this courage and confidence come from? It came from Mr. Rocket, who continues to motivate and inspire me. He's the person I see not just as a role model, but family. Mr. Rocket has been a very supportive figure in my life and has done so much to prepare me for college and beyond. When I was 14, I faced a terrible realization. The people who I thought were my best friends turned out not to be. For me, my friends were everything. Learning they did not feel the same was crushing. Seeking answers, I convinced myself that there was something wrong with me, or I just wasn't a good enough friend. Shortly after, on a bright and sunny day at a Young Achievers Book Club meeting, I looked at surrounding faces and thought about how naturally we connected. I realized that they genuinely cared about me, and I was never at fault for what had happened. As the meeting neared its end, I shared with the group and Mr. Rocket what I'd recently gone through and how I felt so loved by Young Achievers, so much so that I considered them to be family. I even shed a few tears in the process. Because of Young Achievers, I've come to realize that I'm good enough for anything and anyone. In the fall, I'll be attending Texas A&M University's College of Engineering, once a shy and insecure girl has become a young, empowered adult, thanks to the Young Achievers program. Thank you.
"2020 and the start of 2021 has been hard for everyone. The teens you just heard from, like so many of us, stared down the face of adversity and endured so much. Yet here they are, still shining, still working tirelessly to accomplish their dreams. The Boys and Girls Clubs of San Antonio, with your support, are here to serve all youth who need us most. We currently open our doors to any children who need a safe place for virtual learning support. Our dedicated staff make sure our youth remain focused on their schoolwork and build resiliency and confidence in each child during the most unstable and unprecedented times in recent history. And now it is my pleasure to announce this year's Youth of the Year winner. The 2021 Youth of the Year winner for the Boys and Girls Clubs of San Antonio is Lauren.
Is now.
Congratulations, Lauren. We are so proud of you. I just want to say thank you to our platinum sponsors, Valero Energy Foundation and Mays Family Foundation. Thank you to the Kim Rapier Foundation for your challenge grant. It allowed us to raise even more money tonight. And thank you to all of our sponsors who made this possible. If you haven't had a chance to give, all the links and all the information are on your screen right now. So please, if you feel it in your heart to give tonight, please do so. Thank you all so much, and we hope to see you next year. Bye.
See you next